The difference between security theory and reality: security theory suggests that we should patch all the things and be able to defend against every single attack. And reality is that with sophisticated nation-state attackers, that's no longer practical. So it's really about how do you take a resilient mindset and really plan to expect that some attacks will be successful, and how you're going to recover from those and adapt and learn and evolve. One of the things that's really important for us as a security function is to actually enable our business to grow, but we have to do that in a way where we maintain our strong security posture. And one technique that we use a lot for that is threat modeling. So we really look at what are the threats to our products, our technologies, our infrastructure, and even our customers, and then we design controls and practices to make sure that we balance those versus the ability to maintain business velocity. I think one of the biggest one is the ability to be able to back up and recover assets that may get compromised through things like ransomware attacks. It's much easier to be able to create resilient infrastructures within cloud versus what we used to be able to do in on-prem, where we had to rely on a lot of old legacy technologies such as tape backups and things like that. I think one of the critical things to understand with cloud is access and how you manage your access control and how you integrate with your identity provider, because cloud is infinitely flexible, but one of the risks that we see and one of the mistakes that we see a lot of customers make is that it can be overly permissive and not actually understand how permissions work, and that can lead to issues. I think obviously everybody's watching AI. AI brings both benefits to defenders, but it does allow attackers to accelerate their attacks. And so that's something we're watching very closely. I think right now we're seeing mainly attackers effectively improving their productivity. Attackers have bosses as well, and they're looking for for a better efficiency. But over time, I would expect that attackers will get much more efficient with AI, and that's why defenders really need to understand how AI can accelerate their defense and their capabilities as well, so they can keep up. I think it's great to be able to connect in small group forums with senior leaders across our industry to understand what they're seeing, what they're hearing, in order for us to understand where we need to be headed, where we need to be thinking about security, and what our customers' real-world problems are that we need to help solve. I think the great thing about these smaller summits is that they are much more discreet. The ability to network, the ability to connect with peers, make new contacts, rekindle existing contacts is great. And smaller conferences like this allow that to be able to happen in a much more intimate environment.